So should we move the days on which we celebrate emancipation and independence to make one long holiday weekend? Or is that proposal insensitive to our culture and history? Thanks so much for joining me. I'm Dionne Jackson Miller. Stay tuned. So what are we talking about here? Well, the private sector organization of Jamaica has suggested to government that instead of having the public holiday for Emancipation Day on August 1 and the public holiday for Independence Day on August 6, that instead we have those holidays on a Friday and a Monday, irrelevant of when the days themselves fall, so that we have a long holiday weekend. So as an example, for instance, this year, Emancipation Day was on Thursday, August 1, and Independence Day was on Tuesday, August 6. Under the PSOJ's proposal to the government, we would have celebrated Emancipation Day on Friday, August 2, and Independence Day on Monday, August 5. Now, I don't agree with the proposal. I don't think some of the reasoning entirely stands up. I'll tell you why in a bit, but first let's hear exactly what it is the PSOJ is saying. They say they acknowledge the profound historical importance of both Emancipation Day on August 1 and Independence Day on the 6th of August. They say those dates, separated by just 5 days, encapsulate Jamaica's journey from the abolition of slavery to the achievement of self-governance. They say they recognize that those public holidays play a crucial role in celebrating our national identity, preserving our cultural heritage, and providing well-deserved rest for the workforce. They say the current arrangement of having 2 major holidays in such close proximity often results in extended periods of reduced productivity, as many workers and businesses bridge the gap between those dates with additional time off. They say this phenomenon, sometimes referred to as a holiday hangover, can disrupt economic momentum, especially in key sectors like manufacturing, tourism, and agriculture. So they're saying, for instance, to use this year's example, that the holidays were on Thursday and Tuesday. So people really weren't working on the Friday and the Monday either. So they're suggesting a single extended holiday weekend period that would be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Now, they said that approach aims to focus and potentially amplify the impact of our national celebrations. They said to gauge public sentiment on the idea, they conducted a survey in August 2024, which showed that 67% of respondents support the concept of a consolidated holiday period. They quote Singapore. They said that's a highly productive nation that has implemented policies to minimize the impact of public holidays on productivity by clustering holidays and encouraging the observance of key cultural events over weekends. And they say that approach has contributed to Singapore's labor productivity growth, which averages 3.1% a year from 2000 to 2020. They say similar to Japan's Golden Week, our proposed extended celebration could potentially increase domestic travel and participation in national celebrations. In Japan, domestic travel during Golden Week increased by 8.9% in 2021 compared to previous years, indicating greater engagement with national traditions. So the PSOJ says that proposal envisages an organized weekend-long celebration that could attract tourists to participate in cultural events, concerts and festivals, and boost revenue across various sectors. They say that extended weekend-long approach was intended to be a strategic approach that would provide an opportunity for a deeper engagement with our history and heritage through educational programs, cultural exhibitions, and public discussions. And they say by doing so, they aim to strengthen the national identity and ensure that neither emancipation nor independence is overshadowed by the other. And they say it's crucial to emphasize that the proposal does not seek to eliminate or diminish the importance of either Emancipation Day or Independence Day. They say, on the contrary, their goal is to enhance the impact of the commemoration of those vital historical events while also addressing economic realities of our nation. They say they believe this approach could offer a significant economic uplift during the period, while providing Jamaicans with a more comprehensive opportunity to reflect on and celebrate our rich heritage. All right, so now you know exactly what it is we're talking about. And I want to start with a very sensitive topic and one we don't like to talk about in this country, which is color and money. We cannot honestly have this conversation without acknowledging the intersection of color, money, and power in this country. And that's one of the reasons that so many Jamaicans have been objecting to this idea. It's seen as a proposal coming from those in power, some of whom, again, I'm just being honest, some of whom are what we call high brown or Jamaica white, and who they don't believe identify with the majority of working class Jamaicans who are poorer black people. Now, I know people in the private sector are going to be upset that I'm raising this, and maybe other people as well, because we've been conditioned to think it's impolite to talk about issues like this. We wave around our national motto, out of many one people, and we like to think that we are beyond the issues of race and color. Well, I think honesty is more important. And before you come at me, am I saying that rich white Jamaicans aren't Jamaican? No, I'm not saying that. Am I saying they should not put forward ideas about any aspect of Jamaica if I have them? No, I'm not saying that either. I am saying it's a sensitive issue. I am saying it's a fact that many of the powerful families in Jamaica are white or Jamaica white. So you need to expect and acknowledge the reaction you're going to get to a proposal like this. And I'm telling you for a fact, many people are saying this, many people are thinking this, many people are talking about this, even if they're not talking about it to you. Read the room. Even if no one wants to tell you this particular elephant is there, it is there smack in the middle of the room. And my suggestion is to acknowledge it and to address it. Finally, on this point, right, I don't think that raising issues of race and color and money and talking about it is lowering the quality of the discussion or descending to some types of issues we shouldn't be talking about, as one person has said to me. I think we're too coward generally to talk frankly in this country. I think we're too coward to talk about real issues and the issues that are actually affecting us. And I don't think we can seriously get anywhere and progress on these issues if we take that approach. Friends must be able to talk the truth to friends. All right, so back to the proposal. So yeah, a 4-day weekend sounds good to me. Of course, I love 4-day weekends. I also love 3-day weekends. I love weekends generally. But first, let's look at the historical context, all right? This is what the National Library of Jamaica says. Full freedom in Jamaica was 1838. Emancipation Day was officially introduced as a public holiday in Jamaica in 1893. The 1st of August celebrations were discontinued in 1962 when Jamaica got independence, and that was replaced by Independence Day, which was observed on the first Monday in August. Emancipation Day was reinstituted in 1997 by then Prime Minister P.J. Patterson as a national holiday celebrated on August 1. And we also started to celebrate Independence Day on August 6 instead of the first Monday in August, which was probably more convenient for business. Now, for years, therefore, we didn't celebrate emancipation at all, and we didn't celebrate Independence Day on our actual Independence Day. So what's the big deal now with this proposal? So I think that important historical days should be celebrated on the days itself. So for years, we were doing it wrong. We can't say that, you know? And I suspect that had to do a lot with our colonial history, and that Jamaica, as a very young post-colonial society, just wasn't very grounded in things like the importance of our history, being proud of where we come from, and of course, the color of our skin. Now, having corrected that though, why would we go back? I also said I didn't think all of the PSOJ's reasoning held up. Here's what I mean. First of all, I'm not trying to doubt that a poll took place or that, 67% of people wanted the holiday weekend. Not trying to doubt that. What I am saying though, and my experience from asking questions, is that people's response to a question can be very different once they've been educated or properly informed about the issue that they're being asked about. So if you just say to people, would you prefer if we had this long weekend? Yeah, most people are going to say, yeah, hell yes, But then if you first engage them, let's say, in a 5-minute, 10-minute conversation as to why it is people are saying we should celebrate Emancipation Day on August 1, we should celebrate Independence Day on August 6, then ask them the question again. and see if the answer changes. My experience in interviewing and asking questions over the years has been that it does. So that's one thing I'm going to say about that poll. The other thing I'm going to say is that the PSOJ referred to what they call Japan's Golden Week, and they said that the proposed extended celebration could potentially increase domestic travel and participation in national celebrations. And they've also in interviews referenced China's Golden Week. And what are these so-called Golden Weeks? Because me never know neither. Me have to go look this up, right? Japan's Golden Week is a series of 4 holidays close together. They are Shower Day, April 29, Constitution Day, May 3, Greenery Day, May 4, and Children's Day, May 5. So this Golden Week is a collection of 4, whole of 4, not 2 like us, 4 national holidays within 7 days. And they say in combination with weekends, the Golden Week becomes one of Japan's 3 busiest holiday seasons. In China, the Golden Week refers to the days around the 1st to the 7th of October, 7-day holiday. And for some Chinese people, this particular website says this Golden Week can feel as if Christmas, New Year, and Super Bowl Sunday are taking place at the same time. Many Chinese use this time to travel to their families who live in other cities or regions in China, or travel within their own country, and the normally hectic harbors and factories suddenly become spookily quiet. So, see what I'm getting at yet? I'm saying if the PSOJ is seriously suggesting copying the Asian Golden Weeks, we'd actually be talking about celebrating the holiday period over a longer span, not compressing it, which I love, by the way. I think that's a great idea. So let's have a public holiday, August 1, Emancipation Day, and Independence Day, August 6, and then have holidays in between and celebrate everything, right? For people who say all Jamaicans want public holidays to do is go beach, first of all, I said don't knock that, all right? People are tired, they work hard, and if they want to use a day off to go to the beach, leave them alone, make them do that. Also, domestic tourism and domestic travel is supposed to be an important part of this so-called Golden Week. So in other words, going beach and going country. So leave them alone if that's what they want to do. I'm also going to say though, a lot of people, because they don't go to some of the events put on, especially around Independence Day, they actually don't know what they're talking about when they say Jamaicans don't care about these things. If you've ever been to, for instance, some of the events organized by the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission, which generally does a great job. One example, Grand Gala on Independence Day, Stadium Ram, all right? I can remember standing up at the side of the road with my child for hours waiting to see the float parade come by. It's a big thing. You know, people love them something there. So sure, maybe some of us have a don't care attitude when it comes to Independence Day, when it comes to Emancipation Day, especially younger people. Maybe that's because we need to educate our people more about the importance of these days. But I actually think the bigger point is something that Jamaica falls down on repeatedly. Teaching history and heritage through fun events. Look, a lot of the times what you have commemorating these days is what is called a civic ceremony, you know, and I have been to them. With the greatest of respect to the organizers, these are not fun things. Nobody no want go that, right? So if that is what is being presented to people as a commemoration of the day, no wonder everybody want go beach instead. I would. However, there are different ways to do this. And I'm not saying stopping your civic ceremonies. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying we need to look at many, many, many more wonderful, engaging things we can do. For instance, an Emancipation Vigil is a wonderful event if you've ever been to one. You know, recreating what it was like for the slaves, waiting for full freedom to come, waiting for August morning. There should be more vigils. They should be better and bigger and more publicized. If we had more meaningful and fun, I keep coming back to fun. People don't want to feel like they're in school. They want to feel engaged and involved. People want experiences. If we had more fun and meaningful events celebrating our history, celebrating our emancipation, people would go. Around the holiday, people are always looking for things to do and places to take their children. Trust me, I raised two. I'm sure many of you can relate to that as well. For instance, I'm a hiker. In Peru, people hike what's called the Inca Trail from 1 to up to 3 or 4 days. And that's a trail the ancient Incas used to walk. Thousands of tourists who are into hiking do this. It combines something you love hiking out in the open with this wonderful historical experience, which is part of what travel is all about. And no, I never hiked the Inca Trail. That sound too hard. So why couldn't we have a freedom hike in a Jamaican Golden Week, for instance? For example, recreating the route that Paul Bogle and his group walked from Morant Bay to Spanish Town to see the governor. How about a Freedom Come concert for Emancipation Day? And if you've ever seen our Labor Day concerts, you know how popular and full those are. Barbara Gludon's August Morning is a play that's just this moving and evocative depiction of slaves talking through the night waiting for August morning. How about a drama festival for that week? How about a kiddies costume march? How about special dramatic events in each town square recreating a heritage or historical event that's important for that parish? So for instance, in Sam Sharp Square, you could have a reenactment of the Christmas Rebellion. In Morant Bay, you could have a reenactment of the Morant Bay Rebellion. In St. Mary, for instance, you could have a reenactment of those wonderful events around Tacky. We already have the fantastic art walk and, you know, the murals in downtown Kingston. Again, there could be a whole special event for Jamaica's Golden Week. Look, there are people who know a whole heap more than me who can come up with a million and other fantastic ideas for events we could put on in this kind of week that would attract thousands of Jamaicans as well as tourists to fun, that word again, engaging events that would teach us about our history and give us something to do, as well as generate a whole heap of money for local communities, and would give you a real, meaningful, historically important alternative to going to the beach. So while manufacturing may shut down, as the PSOJ says, tourism could boom. Revenue coming in and historically significant celebrations taking place on the days they're supposed to. Sounds like a win-win to me. What do you think, PSOJ? And what do you think? Comment below now. And remember, like the video now, subscribe to the channel, and share the video with somebody you think may be interested, just to help us grow. I'm Dionne. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.